it to this computer and I'll share my screen again. See, I was Googling, how do I share? Okay, so if we go back to the diet and wellness, this is through MindTap. Hopefully we'll find out how to get you in otherwise. So we go to track diet, and then you write in under search your food, and you can put it in breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, snack. You don't need to record water, but this gives you a place to record it. And then after you've recorded your food for day one, you go to reports, intake spreadsheet, and here's all the foods with a bunch of nutrients that you don't need, including, but also with the ones that I want you to have. So what I ask you to do is save the spreadsheet. Hello? Oh, will it let me save it because wants to download multiple files? Yes. I didn't know because I was sharing if I could do this. Save spreadsheet. Let me see if it saved it anywhere. Take spreadsheet. All right, I'm going to unshare for a second and save the spreadsheet, see if that's, and then we'll get back into it.
Okay.
So let's see. Oh, I see. It's been downloading at the bottom of my screen like 12 times. Okay, so here's the spreadsheet. I saved it to my desktop. I'm going to open it eventually. And mine automatically opens in numbers because I have a Mac, so I'm just going to export it as an Excel spreadsheet. If you have a Mac, you should just, it should open in Excel.
I have a Lenovo.
Okay. Now we'll wait for that one to open before I have another birthday. Okay. Looks like it's appearing. Okay. So what you'll have are more items, but this is really long. Right? This is a lot more than what you need. So what I ask you to do is delete what I'm not asking for. So say I'm not asking for these items. So you would delete these columns. And then let's say I do want that vitamin A and sodium. And then, so you delete those. And then that gives us what I want you to have, right? So let's see. We don't need.
So like, how will they know what we need and what we don't need? Is it under
form one? Look at the forms. So for example, I don't need you to have the weight of the food, so we can just delete that column. And I don't need to know what meal it's in, so you can delete that column. Can you see this, or is it too small?
No, this is perfect.
Okay, so then what I want you to do is get rid of all the decimal points. So you get rid of all the decimal points like that.
Okay.
And then let's say it's going to fill up a whole Word document sheet. What you'll do is you'll make this smaller, this column smaller, so that everything fits and looks nice and clean. And then we'll go across the top. You right click, go down to Format Cells. This is the secret sauce. Go to Alignment, and then move this up to here. And then that straightens all these out so that you can push everything together so that you can fit it all on one page.
Okay.
And that would be a cleaned up Form 1. So you can either do this, or you can transfer all the information from that PDF into the document. that I have posted. You can either submit this or the one that's posted.
Okay. And like I do it for each day, like separate.
Correct.
If I have, I'm gonna just put the information, because I feel like for me it would be easier to just put the information into form 1. So then.
And that's what you do, and you don't have to do any of this.
So then I would do it 3 times for 3 different days.
Make sure you don't have any decimal points. I've been taking off points for my Babson students who forgot that edict.
Okay. Okay, wait, in that case, I might do the Excel. So then if I do the Excel, so then would I just put the form 2, so they would be separate files, or would they all be under one file?
You save it as 3 separate spreadsheets, and then however you want to save it onto a Word document. I don't know how it's done with, the columns and how it looks, or if you just want to take a snapshot of it and put it on a Word document. I don't know. People are managing it. I'm afraid maybe you can call ATC and ask them how you do that. Because
Okay.
you have to submit it, through Turnitin. So that might, I don't know how that works. So that would be form 1, okay?
Yeah.
And then do you want to look at the other forms?
Yeah. So then after this, I'm going to have 3 of these, and then I'll submit them all and to turn it in as separate files. And then we go to form 2.
Right, which is this. Somewhere there's this. Here it is. Oops. Where'd it go? Okay. And what you do, and I talk about this in the video, is you take your totals from day 1, day 2, and day 3. You add them up, and then you average them. So you take these numbers and divide by 3. Then you transfer this column to the top here. And you compare them to a standard, which I have posted.
Yeah.
Reference values. Okay. And then you figure out your percentages, what your percentage is of the recommendations that you're getting. Did you get 20%, 120%? There's no values for cholesterol or alcohol or sugar because there aren't. So you don't figure out those percentages.
So like for form 2, when you said like enter in all your total information, like do I just do like whatever it says in the Excel file, I'm just gonna add them up I enter all that Excel file information into that, and then I take the total.
The totals, right. You do the totals.
Okay, so then after that I would add them up, and then I would divide them, and then calculating the percentage, I would just use the information that we learned, which is like this many calories in one. Like how would I calculate the percentages?
Oh, it's math. It's where you take if the recommended energy, if you have 1,500 calories as your recommendation, as your average, and the standard is 2,000, you take this number, your number, divide it by the standard, and that gives you a percent.
Oh, and then multiply by 100, and that will give me my percentage.
Right.
Oh, okay. Average over standard. I didn't know that. Thank you so much. Okay. And then we don't do it for sugar and alcohol.
No.
Okay. This is all so helpful.
Okay. Then form 4 is where you take your totals of protein, carbohydrate, and fat and figure out how many calories you get from each of those. And then you figure out what percentage you get of protein, carbohydrate, and fat by taking these calories over total calories and multiplying by 100.
And the total calories I would get from like the total that I found earlier.
Or you can add up from this. You can add up your calories from here.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay. Form 5 is when so that was your intake. Now you're calculating your expenditure. And so you would fill in this form, or this table and this. And these would be the only two things that you submit. None of these other words need to be submitted. So you'll calculate your basal metabolic rate by taking your weight times 24 times 0.9. And that will give you your BMR.
Okay.
And then you'll take that BMR, you'll put it here under BMR. You'll multiply it by a physical activity factor that you decide from this. And then times the thermic effect of food, which is 10% of your total calories.
So times 0.1.
Well, so you take your BMR, let's say you were sedentary, times 1.2. And if you ate 1,500 calories, 10% of 1,500 calories is 150. So you add 150 to this total. That's what this is about, these formulas.
Okay. And then I would write the total under the type total.
Correct.
Okay.
And then you will answer the questions. Okay?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
And I can always reach out to you if I need help with like calculations and stuff like that, right?
Up till November 3rd, through November 3rd. But that's, yeah. So I don't
have with you on that day.
If what you'd like to do is start writing down your 3 days, and let's wait to hear from Vince, you know, but you can, if you want to start doing that. And again, you know what, if this doesn't come through, we'll extend your deadline. I mean, I will talk to you closer to the date.
Okay, yeah. So if I when do you think Vince will just email me or like how?
I hope he calls me. I hope he said he would email both of us. He's having the meeting now, so hopefully he'll have something for us. My fear is that he's going to say that Cengage won't do anything with Amazon, and that I've been telling my students the wrong thing, and I don't know, and that bothers me because 1, you spent $30, and 2, I don't want students to have to buy MindTap in order to use this product. So that has to happen. That has to be figured out. But hopefully, we'll be able to figure yours out first.
Okay. It's just that like next week I'm going back home to California, so I really wanted to complete this weekend.
So if you want to start, do you have MyFitnessPal? Do you have any of these other? Yeah, that's a free app that does calories and nutrients. If you want to do that, I'm really sorry.
No worries. It's not your fault.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, well, I feel like this helped me a lot, like at least because I was a little confused about the calculations, but now that we've walked over